Okay, so hey guys, welcome to TechWeek. We would be starting with the Flutter for today's session. We've had some really amazing sessions before this. So yeah, a bit about us. My This session would be taken by two of us, Abhinav Agarwal, second year BTech Electrical Engineering, and myself, I'm a second year from Information Technology. So yeah, now anyone in the meeting can tell us what do they know about Flutter, guys? Anyone? Okay, cross-platform language framework based on Dart to create multiple. Yeah, you guys are close. Okay, so Flutter is a UI toolkit developed by Google to build high-performing, modern, beautiful apps. Now, it is cross-platform. Yes, most of you got that right. It works on Android, iOS, web, as well as with some recent tweaks. It has been working on Windows natively, Mac OS, and Linux. Now, the best part about Flutter is since it has a since it is open source, it has a really wide community. You can get support all through and through for it. Now, why do we use Flutter? It's a very interesting question. So, like single code base, you don't need to hire separate developers for Android, for iOS, or web developers for that matter. Or if you want some native features, you can also alter that into the project using the same code base. Now, Flutter uses Dart language, which is like somewhat in the middle ground of Python and Java. Like a lot of features have been adapted from all of the languages and combined into one. Dart is a object oriented language that we're dealing with. Now, another thing, since we most of us have worked on native frameworks, we know that Flutter supports something called a hot reload. It takes hours and hours to build the native applications. If we are working on an Android application, it takes 15 to 20 minutes, and limited by the hardware of the system, it really takes a while to build the application for slightest of changes. So it supports hot reload. Now, moving on, Flutter has a large and growing community, and people are really into it because of its existing features. Now, if let's just say some companies were hesitant initially that how they are going to work, or how is this going to pan out for them, they started worrying about integrations and all. Now, for that, it uh, it is a very reassuring thing to see that it can be integrated with existing code bases, and most of it, like, it's just the icing on the top that it has customizable widgets, packages, and whatnot. And just another application that we can see, Skia. Yeah, so Skia can be used to make really dynamic designs. So moving on, let's see some organizations that are working with Flutter. First, we have Dream 11. I'm sure most of you are familiar with their platform. The Alibaba Group, the BMW Group, eBay, Google Pay. Now again, it's developed by Google, so majority of Google applications function on Flutter, like also Google Assistant for that matter. And yeah, more and more companies are shifting, so it's a growing list. So let's discuss what we have in store for you today. We would be taking on one application that is going to be a quiz application, and it would be covering for the better part of how the UI workflow goes on in the Flutter language. And also, we have Kahoot game, and for like we have swags for every one of you who participates. So, guys, I expect some enthusiastic participation from your end. Yeah. Okay, so talking about basics of Flutter. Now, Flutter is all about widgets. Like I mentioned, it's a UI toolkit. So we can see for today's app, we have a quiz app, and that quiz app would be comprising of the main widget, that is the scaffold. Now, to make the layout of this entire application, we are going to use a column widget. Inside that, we would be having, now you can see a text button and a text widget and flat buttons. Now, what are you like? The names are pretty self-explanatory in this case. Column widget is what we have new over here. See, it is used to make the efficient use of the space that is provided to us by the devices. Like we can pan out the whole application, and it makes it really easy for switching devices. Like we are using one thing on phone, and then the application is switching on to tablets and other devices. Now covering some basics of Flutter. So yeah, the Flutter language comprises of two kinds of widgets, that are stateless widgets and stateful widgets. I suppose the names explain themselves pretty well, but yes, still for the definition's sake, stateless widgets are the widgets that don't change, or like their state at the runtime remains static. Now the examples can be an icon or a button, like they don't change, right? The text does not exactly change with moving screens. Stateful widgets. Now stateful widgets are some sort of like a self-aware widget that change their properties during runtime. They are dynamic in nature, they are mutable, and we can draw multiple times in their lifetime. Now the examples include checkbox, radio button, slider, inkwell, form, text fields, and the list goes on and on. Now, another thing I want to cover in the basics of Flutter is the elementary building blocks of it. Those are rows and columns. Like for any UI, you need to establish certain boundaries for the widgets. For that, we have rows and columns. Now, a row, as we see in the tables, a horizontal arrangement, right? And then a column is a widget that is used to display its children in vertical fashion. Like three widgets we can see over here stacked over each other. So yeah, that's all about basics. I want to cover a little bit more before we start with the demo. Now, coming on to the layout of the application, we can see that we are going to build. Now, the scaffold pretty much implies that. Let me just take a screenshot of what UI we are going to build, and we'll just yeah. Okay. Now a little bit let's take a deep dive into the widgets that we are going to use today. Now, when we talk about scaffold, we generally talk about the entire screen. Like this whole screen is going to be our scaffold. Now, column. These all these widgets, like the text widget that is here, and the buttons, like the button for true, the button for false, and then there's this row in the bottom that we have that is for keeping track of the answers. These all will be stacked in a column. Now, text widget, again, it's pretty explanatory that the questions will be displayed and the buttons for taking responses, true and false. Now, the row will be keeping the track of responses. Now, you are curious about what we have in the expanded widgets. To make the efficient use of this scaffold area, now if I just simply put a text widget over here, it will be aligned somewhere right around in the corner. Like let's just use a different color for this. It will be just aligned in this corner with no formatting at all, and we pretty much know that won't exactly work for us. So in order to get this some appealing look and to make the efficient use of the space that we are going to use expanded widgets for the buttons and for the text over there. Now Abhinav, my friend, would be taking over for the demonstration part of the project.
Hmm. um, hello everyone. So now we'll be starting with the demonstration part. So we will be making a quiz app as specified by Shubham. So I will be making on my laptop. I have installed Android Studio. It will take you a while to install Android Studio and set up the Flutter in it. So you can continue on flutlab.io. It is a similar platform but online ID. So you can all open it. So the second link I am sharing is the steps that you have to follow for code along. So the you will get a page. It has specially mentioned step one, step two, and the code you have to copy and paste. Again, it is a very simple process since you have only to copy and paste. And the third link I am sharing is a complete code for the app. And in the third link, the last one I have shared, there is a mega link in the readme.md. I am sharing that also separately. So this is the APK that you will able to create at the end of this session so that you can really use the app in your phone. So it is only for Android because iOS has some security issues. So you can use that APK by installing it in your phone. So let's start. Hmm. So this is Android Studio. So this is basically you can say default files that we have in a Flutter project. So these are mostly will not be going in depth and understanding what all these files have. So basically all the code we do is in the lib folder. So the first file, like in web development, you know that index.js is the first file that is compiled. So in Flutter it is main.dart. So as you go on the code along link, so the step one is the create a main dot fart it main.dart. It is generally already created there, so you can just copy and paste the code and it will be here. They have already done copy pasting part. So in the Flut lab, also let me show you. I'm not doing in Flut lab because it is comparatively slow. So this kind of UI you will get when you will create. So that's why I'm using my local system, Android Studio, because it is slow and I have a slow net connection right now. So as you can do the similar, there will be a similar ID. So you can just copy and paste the main.dart. So let's understand what is in main.dart. So starting with the import statements, there are three import statements. So basically, the first one is the material.dart library. That is the Flutter main library that you can say. The second one is the R Flutter package that we have used. I will explain you later. And the third one is quizbrain.dart. It is our created own package. It is here. So we will also cover it. The next, let's start then the main function. So when you come in the main function, it signifies run app Quizlet, like a C++. If you know, it can be relatable. There has we have to run the Quizlet app. So after we go to Quizlet, it says extend stateless widget. So as Shubham covered, there are two types of widgets: stateless and stateful. So this we are going for stateless widget because we don't want any dynamicness in our page. So starting with the app, it is the scaffold widget, the biggest widget of the complete app. Then we have specified a background color green gray shade. So as you can see, I am not using emulator. You can use emulator also. So color gray shade. So it is similar like this color, gray shade 900. Then the body comes. So in the body, we have used the safe area and given a padding. So it is the process of giving padding. We don't give padding like any argument or something. So we have to use another widget, padding widget, to give padding to any of the object. So we have specified padding as edge inserts dot symmetric. This signifies that all symmetric padding from all the directions and horizontally 10. So then after this, you called a quiz page. This is another function and it goes here. So it was a stateless widget and the quiz page is a stateful widget. So why it is stateful widget? Because we are changing the questions all the time. So means there are some changes, so it will be a stateful widget. So similar kind of UI, similar kind of code. So then you have to the thing that will be updated means the scorekeeper, that we are recording the score, the list. In a quiz app, we have to record a score. We have used the scorekeeper for that, and the two, and we have created a function check answer, which will accept arguments bool true or false. So after it will get the argument, it will check the answer and return the answer like it was correct or wrong. So to set the state means what the things will be changing in the UI. So we write it in the set state function. So like it is a quiz brain is finished equal to means if the quiz is finished. So after the finishing the quiz, there is an alert, and to show this alert that you have finished the quiz, alert like anything pop up like you can imagine, we have used the rflutter package from where the alert function is coming. So this is the title and this is the description. This is the context. It is context. Then after the quiz is finished, that you can reset the quiz and restart the quiz again and make the scorekeeper array empty. Then next part is if the answer is correct, means we are handling the answer means if it gets true and if get false. So if it gets true and it is the correct answer, so it will add in check icon. Check icon you can see it is like this icon, tick icon, and it is color green. So we have specified the color green here. And else if it is the wrong answer, so you can write a close icon and give it a color red. So this is the method to specify color and icon in Flutter. So next we have gone quiz brain dot next question. So this will call the next question means this question is over. Now take on the user to the next question. So this is the other function build context. Inside we are this is the main function means all the thing is contained inside this. So what we have specified is a column. So in column there is space between. This is a detail I thing means it will take a time to for you to understand this. So means aligning all the things in the way we want is given by these two lines, the stretch and space between. So then you have widgets means in this column how many widgets we have. We have one, the question, the true button, the false button, and the correct and wrong answer that will come over here. Let's say if I do stick, this is the fourth widget. Fourth widget, yes. So we have given the widget in the expanded column. as explained by Shubham in the PPT. In the expanded column, we are getting padding. For beautification means it should not be cluttered. So we are giving a padding of edge in the insets all means all direction padding of 10 pixels. Then the next part is in the center means this is a box and we have given a padding and the center to center align everything we have used the center widget and given a text widget in it. So even text in the Flutter is a widget. So you use the text widget to display any text in the Flutter app. So when we give the text, it asks from the quiz brain, what is the question? So it is a function defined in the quiz brain. I will explain you. Get question text. So the quiz brain returns him the question and he displays it over here. Okay. And then nextly we have designed the something font style for the question. So font style is colors.white and font size 50. Color is white and the font size is 25. Sorry, I said 50. The next thing is another expanded widget that comes for true. So it is a flat button. Now it has been changed with some elevated button, I guess, but flat button also works. So flat button, the color is green, the text color is white, and the text widget that it holds is a true. So the color is green, text color is white, button color is green, text color is white, and the text it holds is true. And similarly, we have used for the false button. Text color is red and the font color is white. And the last thing is a row that displays the scorekeeper that the score we are maintaining tick or cross means right or wrong. So the step one was completed very easily. So then you can create a new file in the Flut lab and paste this code. The file may be named question.dart. So when you create this file question.dart and paste the following code, it basically displays you the syntax. It basically displays you the syntax of the question means it is expecting a string question bool a. So question text and question number means what is the question text. Question will be having a text means what is the question and what is the answer of the question. So it is basically syntax of the question. And let's move on to quiz brain. That will be the third step. So you create a file name that FlutLab has been loaded. So you can create a file in the lib folder. As you can see, main.dat is already there. So you can remove all the code here and paste the code from this file. And there will be an error right now because you have not included some files. So complete the code and then all the errors might be gone. Then you can create a file from here and write questions.dart and paste the questions.dart code there. And similarly for the brain.dart. After you have completed, you have to install the dependencies. It might automatically install. So go to the web version and click on web. So it will open your emulator. It might take some time because it is running on your front end. So it is slow. So let's understand the quizbrain.dart. So in quizbrain.dart, it is a main like thing, a package that we have created to make the functioning of our quiz. So what is the, let's start with quiz number 0, means the question to be displayed is the first 0. We are starting from 0th index. And then we are maintaining a question bank array. So it is an array which contains a question widget. So after means it, what all it have is a any question that you can change. So in the Flut lab, you can change the question that you are here after copy pasting. So you can make your own personal quiz and then proceed. So like I have included some general facts. Some cats are actually allergic to human. Answer is true. So these are some questions that I have created, and then after question and writing their answers, the next part is what are we doing when we calling the from main function? We are calling next question, and get correct answer. These are three functions we are calling. So these are simple functionalities. For next question, we return the question number next question. So for that, we make the question number increment by 1. So this function quiz question number plus plus is similar to question number. means adding it one to itself. So these are the same things. It's a shortcut for this whole expression. So the next question functionality is quite simple. Get question text means if the question is returned, you have to return the question as a text and an answer, as you see in the question.dart. So for returning the question, we go to the question bank and check the question number and return the question text. And to for the answer, we go to the question bank again, check the question number and return the question answer. So this way we can access both the question answer and text. So you can see this is a two type, bool and string. So our question is in string type. It is a string and we are returning a string. So we have used string, and our answer is like in true and false. So we have used the bool type to return the true or false. The last thing is finished means when we have to check all the questions in the bank are finished or not. You can even add or subtract any question from this bank. So it will automatically check if the questions number that we are on it after increasing it one time, if that gets finished, so it will call its finish function, and then it will return, now returning true. It will be like this is logged, it will log in your console, and else it will return false. So when it will log true, and it will call void reset, so the question number will be again set to 0. So now let's check the quiz app. After you have written that, you can compile it from here. In Chrome, yes, you can select Chrome and run. So before showing you the app, let's also see a few features of Android Studio. So this is the basically the layout of your app, which is being explained by Android Studio widget inside another widget. So as you can see, the quiz brain, these are the function. Then it is a Quizler main app that we are using. Then it has a material app, then the scaffold, then the safe area and the padding, then quiz page. So this helps in debugging a lot. And these are few shortcuts for means if you have a wrap with center, means if you want to center align anything in your app, you can just select that thing and click on this button and it will center align it automatically. So these are few features: wrap with padding, wrap with column, another features. So and there is Flutter inspector also. So you can see a brief layout. So as a Quizler app, our app name, then material app, then scaffold, safe area padding, quiz app, then column expanded padding. The similar that was explained to you in the PPT. It is the same structure, and with the help of this, you can understand anything your app easily. So let's use the app. Everyone can download the app from the mega link that I have provided in the Meet link. So you can use this app link. I will share it again. The mega link, you can download the APK, and if you're an Android user, you can download it on a phone, and you can enjoy using your this app. And if you have coded along with me, you can customize this app. As you know, you have to change the color where you have to go. Like if I have to change the red color, means let's say this is a cross color. This is a flat button red color. I want to make it like blue, so it will be colors or blue. And let's see the hot reload feature. So like you can click this button, hot reload, and it will be reloaded in few seconds. So you can see the application restarted in 2.27 milliseconds. So the color button has changed to blue. So similarly, you can change any of the feature like you want. I have explained you everything. So you can experiment on FlutLab, or you can see some video on YouTube to installing the Android Studio, and then you can also try. So let's start with the quiz. So I want interaction in the quiz. So we like everybody to type the answer in the chat box. Means it is a true false quiz. So I will go according to you. So some cats are actually allergic to humans. So write true. So I want means at least 4 to 5 responses for true. Okay, one more true. Great. So Great. It was the right answer. Second question. You can lead a cow downstairs but not upstairs. Vishal says false. False. And three false. Four false. So let's go with false. Great. Correct. Approximately one quarter of human bones are in the feet. Again, Vishal, true. True, true, true. Okay, let's go with true. Correct. A slug's blood is green. True, true. Okay. Yes, you can write TNF. It will be great. Easier for you also. So you have got four streak. The next is Buzz Aldrin's mother maiden maid name was Moon. Uh, four streak. Let's see the fifth streak. You can guess any answer if you don't know. False, true, false, false, true, false. So let's go with false. And it was wrong. It was true. So it is illegal to see the ocean in Portugal. Pee. Oh, yeah. It is illegal to pee in the ocean in Portugal. True, true, true by false. Yeah. So it is true. So no piece of square dry paper can be folded in half more than 7 times. False, false. Let's go false. Great. In London, UK, if you happen to die in the House of Parliament, you are technically entitled to state funeral because the building is considered to be sacred. True, false. True, true, true. Oh, lots of true. The loudest sound produced by any animal is 180 decibels. That is animal is African elephant. False. Oh, great number of. Oh shit. मैंने true पे दबा दिया बच गया. False. Total surface area of two human lungs is approximately 70 square meters. So there are more true than false. I will go with true. Google was originally called Black Rub. I think this is the last question or second last. Hello, true. Chocolate affects a dog hearts and nervous system. A few ounces are enough to kill a small dog. False, false, false. Oh, nice false. True. So let's go. Oh, it was true. So chocolate will kill a dog. In West Virginia, USA, if you accidentally hit an animal with your car, you are free to take it home to eat. False, false, false. So the quiz completed. We are returned in the last question. Last question. Last question was actually false. It is not something like that. So you have reached the end of quiz. This is the alert that we were talking about. So this is the quiz app. So you can download the APK, edit your file in the Flirt Lab, and then you can go here and go with Android 86 or 64. Mostly we will be having 86 bit. So I have so they are not completed the question. So there are errors. So when you will resolve all the errors, completed the quiz. So you can go here and go to Android 86 bit, and then you can compile the app and you will get your APK, and then you can run on your own phone. So that's all today. Then we will be having a Kahoot now. So I guess Hemang sir or and Kahoot sir, who is there? Yes, Kahoot sir is there. Attendance link.
Yeah, Shah will be
Mhm.
circulating the attendance link. Just a minute. Ansha, are you there?
Hello, hello, hello. Yeah,
Hello.
actually, I
Okay,
was not
bye.
having the host access. I joined in late. All right, so we'll be starting with Kahoot now. Kahoot अभी तक अगर आप लोगों ने
Just a
बाकी
minute, Ansh. Just a minute, Ansh. I'm just sharing the attendance link.
या
Just give me a minute. Um, you can find the session attendance link in the chat. Uh, and I hope since the streaming is on YouTube as well, so the streamer will share it over there as well. I think we are good to go. Seems like everyone has filled the attendance form. I'm getting responses.
great. So
Meanwhile, I think Ansh, you can share your screen with the game pin
yeah, yeah,
and everyone
yeah,
can
yeah,
join
yeah.
the
I'm
Kahoot.
just sharing. All right. So I think you guys can see my screen now.
Yes, it's
The
visible.
game, yeah. So the game pin is 1135511. In case somebody can't access the link, I'm sharing the link. Just a minute. You can click on the link in the chat box. I'm sharing it on the groups as well. I'm just a minute. So you guys can join. In the meanwhile, I think Himang sir is here with us. He would like to talk about the IEEE membership as well. Himang
Uh,
sir?
yes, yes. So, like everyone in this meet is actually already a member of IEEE, but since this meet is being streamed over YouTube as well, so for them, since I need to inform that this TechWeek session is being organized by juniors of IEEE, the second year students, and every year we have this practice, and we do this just in order to promote skill development and um, mentorship skills amongst students, and we really hope that these sessions actually prove to be really very helpful for the beginners. Today's session was like really very nice, organized by Ansh, organized by Shubham and by Abhinav, and obviously there was a little bit of like technical constraints. You didn't had your IDs ready on your end, but we still somehow figured out how you can come up with code alongs, and I hope that was really very nice, and you guys will surely try your best to take benefit out of it. Just in case if you have any doubts, then just be sure that soon the SIGs, the special interest groups for the Flutter development, will begin, and in those groups uh, you can join those groups and get the mentorship by your amazing seniors. Uh, for the YouTube community, I'm just sharing the link once again for the membership, and I think students can fill that form and come up with their memberships and can basically provide their contact details so that we can reach out to them for the membership. Thank you so much, and I guess Ansh, you can take over from this point.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Himang sir. Himang sir himself is a great Flutter developer. So in case if you want to learn Flutter, he'll be one of the best mentors you can get in the entire college, I guess.
Thank you so much, Ansh.
I mean, we all of us, including me, Shubham, and Abhinav, we have learned our fair share of Flutter from Himang sir only. So you guys are in great hands right now. Abhinav is a great Flutter developer as well. So is Shubham. All right. So only 22 people have joined. You can call up your friends and ask them to join as well in case they want to play for the swags and gifts and giveaways basically. Even though they were not interested in the session, they can still be a part of the Kahoot quiz. So you can share the link with your friends. You can ask them to join. I can see in the chat Kotlin versus Flutter, which one to choose. See, the companies are migrating from Kotlin to Flutter these days. So I guess Flutter is the technology that's gonna come in the future. If you want to do something like totally in the moment, then you might go for Kotlin, but Kotlin is going to be out of the technological aspect in a few years.
Yeah,
Probably.
I
So
think I can agree with Ansh. Like out of my
Flutter.
exploration and how we have like seen Flutter grow, I think Kotlin is something that can provide you stability, but in near future you can surely see a lot of prospects regarding Flutter. And just for your knowledge purpose, if you go on YouTube and search for Flutter, there's the default Flutter channel, the official Flutter channel, and today some big announcement is also going to be made via that channel regarding development on Windows platform. So the community is growing. There is a lot of scope. Startups and several different established firms are shifting on Flutter. So you can. It's surely a thing to be explored, and I hope that you guys will surely excel with that.
And the Flutter community is amazing as well. Like you can join their Discord servers, and there are various links. They can join them using Instagram as well. There are Telegram groups. All you have to do is find those people, and there are a lot of people who are doing Flutter right now, and they are really great. Like it is something that makes things happen across platforms. So a lot of the web developers are currently switching to Flutter as well. So you can see the possibilities, I guess. So still 24 people are there, so I expect more to join. We'll
And
be starting in a
I
couple of
was
minutes.
I was in the meeting since the very beginning, and I can see several different responses regarding Flutter. Looks like most of the students who are attending the session already are trying themselves to get into Flutter. Is it
Yeah,
or is it not, guys?
that's great. That's
I
great.
think I can expect a
Mm.
response to this in the chat.
And Ansh, you can start with the Kahoot as there are 25 people and two of them are us. So we are good amount people in the Kahoot. You can start.
All right, all right. All right, let's begin. In case someone has just joined, the game pin is 1335511. I'm sharing the link as well. So which folder is not the def- part of the default Flutter project? Android, iOS, web test. Let's see. Guys, you can always guess because there is no negative score in Kahoot. So the correct answer is web. And 11 people have marked tested, but tested is the wrong answer. So Vishal is on top, followed by Mohan has raised his hand. Yeah, Mohan, can you write it in chat box, whatever you have to ask? Dash was the name initially given to Flutter.
These are just some random general Flutter related questions, which are actually something that you might come across if you join the community and come across some trivia.
Actually, a big part of this was designed by Hemang sir. So Dart is actually the language, guys. The answer is Sky. Basically, the logo was also associated to a hummingbird, I guess, if I'm not wrong.
Yes, yes, yes. It was a hummingbird initially, but later on they shifted to the new logo.
All right, so Navneet Kumar is on top, followed by Mysterious. They made great leap, and the top three are now down. So moving on, what is the latest stable release of Flutter? Flutter Oreo sounds tasty. All right. So another difficult question, I guess, because a lot of distribution in the answers. So the correct answer is Flutter 1.2 to 2.5. All right. Moving on. Vishal has come to second. Navneet still on top. The fourth question of the evening. Which language is used to build apps in Flutter? Tell
This
karo
seems to be a
guys.
pretty easy one, I guess. I
Uh,
think everyone is going to
yes.
give the correct answer.
All right. For those who have just joined, the game pin is 135511. The link has been shared in the chat as well. All right. Great. 21 people have answered it correctly. Probably the easiest question of the evening. We have been asking you some tricky questions. So Siddharth Kapoor and B1730 have come in the top 5. The top 3 still the same. Let's see who can dethrone the guys. Which technology isn't used to build Flutter? Come on, guys. For those who have just joined, the game pin is there in the chat box. We are sharing it continuously. The correct answer is Python. All the 3 languages are being used. Skia, C++, all the 3 technologies basically. Skia, C++, and Dart, of which C++ and Dart are languages. So Navneet Kumar is still on top and he's on fire. Nice. Now the sixth question of the evening. When should you use hot restart over hot reload?
I think this question will make people guess.
Yeah. You can always guess, guys. Like, even if you don't know, you should guess the fastest. So at least if your answer is correct, you get the highest score, no matter you know the answer or not. Vishal is on top now. Navneet Kumar has been dethroned. So the seventh question, guys. Which statement helps us to remove the debug banner in our Flutter apps? Like there is a banner on the top with debug written on it, if you can remember. Debug show checked mode banner false. All right. So the correct answer is this. 11 people have answered it correctly. That's great. Now, still a lot of change going on in the scoreboard. The third last question. Which ID is used to make apps in Flutter?
I think there was a small error. Like I think the question should have been not used in apps. I'm really sorry for that.
So, how do we discard this question?
I think maybe you can consider this as a trick question.
Oh, great. So all 3 of these could be used, like Android Studio, Visual Studio Code, and IntelliJ. In fact, I find Visual Studio Code quite light when you are coding with Flutter because it requires a lot of memory. So, how many colors are there in the Flutter logo? ध्यान से देखो, Google खोल के. You can count the colors, guys. So 3 colors are there. 11 people have answered this correctly, and we reach the final question. When was Flutter started?
Like when was the actual development of Flutter started? When did actually it hit the market?
Like what? Another one of those Himans's Flutter trivia. Yeah, we'll share the attendance link once. So the correct answer is 2014. 8 people have answered it correctly. Now we'll be going to the podium. Let's see who has won this game. B1730, right? Followed by Vishal. And on the top we have, drum roll, Navneet Kumar is back on top. Congratulations, guys. Congratulations, Navneet. Congratulations, B1730. Congratulations, Vishal. Hope all
All
you
of you are
guys
like
enjoy.
requested. All the winners are actually requested to take the screenshots of their screen and post it on Instagram tagging IEEE DTU, and we will soon reach out to you with all the goodies. Or
Not
if
just the winners, even the participants can do the same. We'll give goodies. Don't
yeah,
worry.
for sure. And if you are already a
Yeah,
member
yeah,
of
yeah.
IEEE DTU, feel free to actually flex your win on the group.
Yeah. If you are a member of IEEE DTU, feel free to ask the seniors for goodies. Like बोल दो सीधा जाके कि भैया चाहिए.
We have a lot of them, especially Ansh. Yes, everyone gets something, Sanchan.
हाँ,
Yeah,
रनर
yeah.
अप्स को भी मिलेगा.
Thank you so much, guys, for this amazing session. It was a brief, crisp session, but obviously, if you really want to excel with this and if you really are interested in joining IEEE and coming up with these SIGs, feel free to fill the form. And if you're already a member of IEEE, I think very soon you are going to experience the SIGs, and in those SIGs, you will come across all of us, and we will share all of our knowledge with you guys, and we'll grow together. Thank you. Yeah, sure. Just a minute.
The form for IEEE membership. Yeah, yeah, yeah. We'll be sharing that on the group as well, so don't worry. And in case you are not able to understand from where you can get the form, so you can just text any of the group admins of any of the IEEE DTU related groups, and you'll surely come across a membership coordinator. You're not in any of the groups. Oh, no problem, no problem. I'm just
Okay, so
sharing.
you will have to fill the TechWeek form, and then you will get the link.
It's right at the end of the attendance form, I think. All right, Sahil has shared. Thanks, Sahil. So that's it for the evening. Thank you so much for joining, and stay tuned, guys. Tomorrow we are going to have a great session on machine learning. Like machine learning is one of the most sought for technologies in this century, and
Exactly. Machine learning has like a never-ending scope.
yeah, actually it has a never ending scope, as well as it will help you a lot in research. Like you can easily get into research related fields with machine learning, even in work related things as well, because machine learning is being used by every company right now. Like everyone wants their things to be smarter than ever. So thank you so much for being a part of this session. Hope to see you tomorrow as well.
Okay. चलो, bye bye everyone.
बाकी अभिनव सर को आप लोग मैसेज कर देना, he'll give you great gifts.
तो जो भी ये फ्लटर ऐप कंप्लीट कर पाएगा, मतलब एपी के भेजना है मेरे को, मैं टेस्ट करूंगा, फिर आई विल रिवॉर्ड यू अकॉर्डिंगली.
अरे बहुत रईस है सर, सबको मिलेगा,
एंड जस्ट
सब
इन
सब
केस अगर
कंप्लीट कर
नहीं भी
लो.
कर पाते हो तब भी टेक्स्ट करना कि हाँ भाई करवा दो, सो दैट यू कैन गेट गुडीज.
Yeah, you can ask any of the admins for help.